guest today. I'm actually really excited to have them here to school me on YouTube. And my guests are Jewel Tolentino and Auret Esselson. Say hi, ladies.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So I wanted to ask you first. Of course, you have a course on Udemy, and it's called Rock Your YouTube Views. Now, what is your course about, and how will it help someone like me I just got into YouTube?
Yeah, well, it's actually called 25 Steps to Rock Your YouTube Views. So it's very much a step-by-step process. It's geared towards artists and performers who want to maximize the number of views on their cover videos. But really, these strategies can just be applied by anyone who wants to spike their video views in any area. And it doesn't matter if you're, barely using YouTube as a beginner or if you're an avid vlogger, because this course just contains the 25 step-by-step strategies that, they're simple enough for beginners to understand and follow along, but at the same time, they're creative strategies using the free tools of social media that we have online. So most people most people sometimes don't really think about using what they have at their disposal online with, Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing.
Right.
So it can really be beneficial for attracting people, bringing attention to yourself and to your website.
That's good. So how did I know there's a lot of things you can do with YouTube, and there's a lot of courses you can make on Udemy, but how did this course come about for you? Do you use YouTube? I mean, is that something that you do all the time, is YouTube?
Yeah, so it's a mixture of a few things. And this is going back a couple of years before we even discovered Udemy. I was just launching my singing career, and because I'm a singer, and Jewel is my social media manager. So both of us were, trying out a lot of different things to help promote myself and my music online. A lot of, testing happened there. And then, we really realized it's kind of like a catch-22 here with new artists. It's basically like, how do you get yourself out there, and how do you get people to notice you when you don't even have much of a following to begin with? So
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it really is. And this is where we found, well, first of all, we learned a lot about putting content out there, posting on Facebook, having a blog, and that sort of thing. And when it got to videos, this is where we really found that putting videos out every so often is a huge feeder, and it's way more effective than, like you said, reading content. People like to watch things. So that got more people to come to my website and add me on Facebook and that sort of thing, and listen to my music. And so I started putting out more cover videos, and we were experimenting with different ways of launching them. And then I did a cover of the song. The song's called Wild Ones by Flo Rida featuring Sia.
Good song. Good song.
Yeah. It was a collaboration with two other rappers. And when we launched that, it was crazy. Like, it was so unreal. We got, I think it was like about 95,000 views in less than 3 months. And these are all like organic, real views.
Wow.
Just by using these strategies to launch it. So we use that same sort of process of releasing videos again to really test it out and see if we got similar results, and we did. And so, when we came across Udemy, it was a no-brainer. We were like, we knew we had to put a course together to share this with other artists and performers.
Wow, yeah, I'm glad you did, because there's things that I've noticed in your course that I had never known about in YouTube, because I just click around in YouTube and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm good with computers. I'm good with web pages and things like that. I have my own radio show online. I just don't know anything about YouTube except how to watch things. So I got involved with my buddy at the Digital Craft. He had his YouTube channel, and that's how I met him, was through YouTube. So it's good. You can connect with people through YouTube, and then he and I have had a good relationship where we've worked together, and a lot of things have come out of working together. So that's pretty cool. So what do you think about Udemy as an educational tool?
It's Jewel here. I think Udemy is an amazing educational tool. I actually stumbled upon it when I was just searching around, and the ad kept popping up, and I was like, what's this Udemy? You know, it has an interesting name. So I clicked on it, and I went over. I spoke to Auret, and I was like, hey, you got to check out Udemy. It's this crazy new learning platform where they use video. And I was explaining to her that this is going to be something really cool, because when you try and learn something on YouTube, if you've tried to watch consecutive tutorial videos, YouTube does a really good job of distracting you with all these other videos on the sides, and they come up at the end, and there's ads there, and it's very distracting when you're trying to learn, because you might click on someone else's video with whatever they're teaching. That's happened to me.
Oh, me too, plenty of times.
Yeah, so I really like how in Udemy, when you're taking a specific course from a specific teacher, it's laid out, it tracks your progress on each video that you watch, which YouTube does not track your progress. And yeah, it's just a lot easier to go through video courses on Udemy.
Right. Yeah, I promote Udemy a lot on my website, and I just found I've gone through a bunch of different other online resources for education, and I don't find that it's as organized and as easy to use as Udemy. And especially for instructors to get paid and things like that. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, so I want to get some more information from you about YouTube, but I'm going to go ahead and throw on a commercial here, and you might recognize the commercial, but we'll be right back with Jewel and Auret in just a minute. There we go. We're offline. Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. Doing good.
It's flying by, right?
Yeah, it's going by fast.
Yeah, we're at the 30-minute mark, so we have about 15 minutes left, but that'll fly by. I'm playing 2 30-second commercials here back-to-back, and then we'll get back on the air and go back to the questions.
Cool. Are we doing all right?
Yeah, you're doing fantastic.
Cool.
Awesome.
Everyone says you're sounding great on the chat, so.
Yay.
Cool.
I gotta look up that YouTube video now of Wild Ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at it. The rappers released it, and we released it, and their video is at less than 10,000 views, and ours is at over 110,000 now. And the difference was I did the 25-step strategy on our video, and they just posted it on Facebook and just around there.
That's good. Okay, we're back in just a sec here.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to LiveSpeak with Justin the Geek. I am Justin the Geek. I'm here with Jewel Tolentino. Am I saying that right, Tolentino?
Yes, that is correct.
It's an awesome name. And Auret Esselson, is that right, too?
Esselin.
Esselin. How
Yeah.
do I get Esselson?
I don't know. You added an extra S in there somewhere.
Man, I've been typing it out, too, on my website all over the place, and how am I reading that wrong? I don't know. I get that from my dad. Wow. So, we were talking about Udemy and YouTube and about online courses being the next big thing. And I wanted to ask you why you think that YouTube is more significant of a marketing tool than Vimeo or, MySpace back in the day. It was huge for musicians and videos, but MySpace is junk now. But why do you think YouTube is more significant?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer to me. YouTube is more significant because it's just more popular. Everyone's on YouTube, It's not, you're not saying, hey, did you check out that video on Vimeo, right? You're saying, hey, did you check out that video on YouTube?
That's true. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of part of our culture now, I guess.
Yeah, it's like YouTube that video.
Yeah, that's true. And that's another brilliant thing that Google has done is they use it and they make their own words. It's like Google. We're in the world that people say, oh, just go Google it.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly normal. And I don't know, it might be in the dictionary now.
It probably is now.
I wish I could invent a word like that. And YouTube, I mean, where did it come from? But now everybody's like, God, yeah, YouTube it.
Yeah, if you want to find something.
It's an old verb.
It's a verb, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys, you were talking earlier about your cover getting a lot of views, but you still get excited when people view your videos on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. I love getting comments and views for both our tutorials and for Auret's videos. When we get a comment from someone for one of our free tutorial videos saying that, you know, they've been searching hours for the solution and they found our video and we were able to help them with our video, it gives us such an amazing feeling. And for Auret, we once had this comment where her music video, her original music video was playing, and a fan from India said that they had been playing the music video for 5 hours straight because they loved it so much. I'm like, that is amazing. You know, we would have never gotten to a fan in India without YouTube.
No.
It's unreal.
That's incredible. That probably feels really great.
Yeah.
It really does. It, like, breaks down the geographical boundaries, you know what I mean? Like, you can really put your stuff out there for absolutely anyone to hear, and you know, they wouldn't have normally had access to it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good thing you say that, because I've noticed, my partner at the Digital Craft, we've noticed a lot of our users and our fan base is overseas because they're so limited in learning over there. It seems like, you know, they don't have access to the things that we do, but they use the internet to access it. Like a majority of students on my computer repair course are from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have that same access that we do, so they're doing things online.
Yeah, we find that a lot of our fans are international fans.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You're internationally known.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good feeling too. You know, you can actually tell people that, you know, people listen to me around the world.
Yeah, it never phases us. It's such an amazing feeling.
That's good. That's a good thing to always love it. I think if you get to that point where it doesn't amaze you anymore, you need to be out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think I'll ever feel like that.
Like I said, I've been in computers and all kinds of stuff my whole life, and I'm still amazed at how computers work.
Yeah.
You know, that's an amazing thing to me. And now all the stuff that has happened in the last 10 to 15 years is incredible. So it'll keep me going, that's for sure. So we were talking earlier about having a YouTube channel and things like that. Can you explain what a channel is for those that don't know and why it's so important to have?
So a channel, it's basically, it's your brand, and it's like your station on YouTube. It's your home base. It's where people go to find your videos, and every single video that you upload is under your channel. So if you don't have a channel, you won't be able to build your brand, right? And building your brand, you know, as an artist or performer or anyone in business, that's, you know, that is what you need to get views and to get known out there, is by building your brand.
Okay. That makes sense. So it's kind of one central location to put all of your stuff.
Yeah, it's where people can find you.
You can customize it, right?
Yeah, like if you want people to check out your, for instance, Auret's videos, all they have to do is just type in her name, and she'll come up right up there, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That leads me to a different question I was going to ask you, too, is it better to put your full name on YouTube, or should you use your website or brand name? Like me, personally, I use Geek Creations, because that's my website, Geek Creations. But should I be using my full name, Justin Gilson?
That actually depends on you and how you want to portray yourself out to your fans and your people.
Okay.
If you want to brand yourself as Geek Creations, then stick with that and always use that, and don't really use Justin Gilson.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going for. So it basically just depends on what you're trying to portray. If you want to be known as, you know, Justin Gilson, well, don't do that, because I'm Justin Gilson. But if you want to be portrayed by anybody, you just use whatever you want. So,
yeah.
Okay. So it's a personal thing, really.
It's your preference, yeah.
It's a personal preference, yeah, but it's like it's tying into branding and marketing, right? So you want people to always see that name, that same name. It's got to be consistent, whatever name you choose, because you want people to recognize that and know who you are just by seeing that name.
Great. I want to go to a quick commercial break here. Got to let the sponsors do their thing, and then we'll come back, and I'm going to ask you if you can give us a few tips, some of the listeners, a few tips to better promote their YouTube videos. That sound all right?
Cool. Sounds good.
Great.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, this is a minute-long commercial, not too long. We're at 39 minutes, so we'll go probably another couple minutes, 4 minutes, and then I'll say goodbye to you.
Okay.
Cool.
But stay on Skype after it's over. I'm going to hang up on you when we get done here, and I'm going to close out the show, and then stay on Skype, and I'll have a few more questions for you.
Sure. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, we're about 5 seconds here.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to LiveSpeak with Justin the Geek. That was a commercial from Udemy, the very subject that we have been talking about, along with YouTube, of course. And before the break, we were discussing some things. You were giving me some tips on my own YouTube channel, but I was wondering if you could give the listeners, without giving too much away, some simple tips, maybe from your course or something that you might think of with to better promote their YouTube videos.
Yeah, we actually have a few free lectures on our Udemy course page that you can watch, and you can get some good tips from there already. Yeah, we'll be happy to share a couple here. So one of the things we say to do before putting out whatever video it is that you're trying to promote, like whether it's a music video or a video of your performance, we say to do a behind-the-scenes video. So what that means is, like, you're taking footage of the making of, the making of your music video, or just before you're going up on stage for the performance and that kind of thing, because people love seeing that kind of stuff,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like candid stuff. It's not something they normally get to see.
Yeah, it's unscripted.
Exactly, yeah. And so you're really creating valuable content for your viewers. Plus, at the same time, you're hyping up the release of your actual, music video or performance video.
Oh, right.
So it works both ways. That's a really good tip. Another thing is to set your online promotions on auto post. So whenever you're having, whenever you've posted your video, we show you how to, sign up and how to use this free tool online called Hootsuite. And basically, you can think of all of your tweets and Facebook posts ahead of time, the ones that are promoting your video, and you can set them up so that they can automatically go out at a scheduled time. So it's like a huge help for busy artists who don't have a lot of time to manually do this throughout the day, and you can think of everything ahead of time and just really use your marketing time wisely there.
Oh, that's genius, because I've been having a hard time finding an hour to do a bunch of tweets and Facebook updates and things like that.
Yeah, it does. It takes it's quite a bit of a time commitment, to put your stuff out there. So this is a really helpful tool that we've used over and over again for not just our videos, but like for a Satino business. So yeah, and like I said, there are more free tips on the Udemy course page that the listeners can check out as well.
Perfect. And for everyone that's listening, I will have in the show notes afterwards, it will have a bunch of links for their course page and things like that. Also, I'll probably have it on my website. It's been great having you both on here. I really appreciate it.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely. I think everybody else can sleep better now knowing that they can get a few more things done on YouTube that they didn't know they could. I know I will. I'm going to give it a shot and try and do a few more things after the show, actually, with YouTube. Maybe finish your course. That's a good start.
Cool.
There's an ebook, too, I wanted to tell everybody that's part of your course. When you buy their course, you get this incredible ebook. It's a great reference. So make sure and check that out. Jewel Tolentino, read Esselin.
Yep, you got it.
I almost said it again.
I know.
Man. Well, thank you for being on the show. And I'll have you back on the show when you get your next course on. Does that sound all right?
That sounds amazing.
Sounds
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woo!
Good job.
Wait, handshake.
Good job.
That handshake, by the way, originated 2003 J.N. Burnett High School.
Oh, my God. Hello.
You didn't know we were in film?
Oh, my God. I hope I didn't do anything weird.
Alright, that was us on air. As you can see, I get quite nervous. I have a little bit of the jitterbugs. Reed's used to performing in front of hundreds of people. I don't know how you do it. My face is really red right now. I shouldn't have worn this sweater because it's hot. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll have the live show as well. See you guys in the next video.
Goodbye.